I'm gonna go through some motions I've been doing with Aspen to help you guys when he comes home. He's a really busy guy, has a pretty high prey drive. I don't know if you remember drives. Come. But, you know, he's got a high tendency to want to be with his pack, but right now he's not trained and he's got such high anxiety and has very, very clearly been in a prey drive state of mind most of his life. So I'm trying to get that out of him and make his pack drive or his desire to be with his handler his primary state of mind, right? So whatever state of mind we allow a dog to be in is a state of mind they're going to stay in. So if I want a dog that comes and called and stays in a heel, I need to have them in the right drive in order to train them or help them understand more clearly what it is I need for them in certain moments, right? So I'm just gonna go through a few different motions that I've been going through to teach him what I want and then explain to you what he's doing as well. So right now, you see his state of mind. His ears are erect and his focus is that way. There are dogs in my yard right now. So this is a prey drive state of mind and he is fixated on the pack. Good. If I allow him to be in this state of mind all the time, which he is mostly right now, still very much so, he was much more in it than when he first came here. Sit. That state of mind is not going to get you anywhere. So it's not fun. It's actually a very stressful state of mind. It produces adrenaline and anxiety and all other sorts of things that aren't pet-like. And the problem with it is that it creates a lot of impulse. So he usually wants to run at the fence with the dogs when he goes into that state of mind. So I can actually use these ears and this erect head and forehead. The forehead is scrunched together, the ears are erect, the head even pops up a little bit. I'm going to use that as an indication that I don't want to walk with that anymore, right? I'm going to tell him, I'm not walking with you when you're in that state of mind because it's not productive, it's not healthy, and you're not with your handler. Let's go. So what I do is I start walking, and right when he goes into that state of mind, the first thing I do is I stop. And then I back up, and you can see he doesn't know where I'm at. Because if he was in pack drive, he would understand that I'm creating distance from him. There he goes. When he comes back to me, he looks up at me and his ears soften. That's pack drive. Let's see if you do it again. Good. Yes. So right there, I didn't even say anything, but when you notice, when he comes back to me, his head completely softens and he looks up at me, and that's pack drive. And that's what I'm trying to bring more out of in this guy because he is writhing. I'm gonna move this camera just a hair upright. There we go. Because he is writhing with anxiety because he's in prey drive all the time. So this drive connects him with his handler and it creates more of a bond between the human and the dog. That outward state of mind where he's constantly looking right there like that into the yard and disengaging with me is an independent state of mind. It's actually not fun. Even if they're hyperactive and running around, they're not having fun. They're actually hunting or guarding. And that's a stressful state of mind to be in. Not only that, but it puts the human at a disadvantage because if I disengage with the dog and they don't notice, they aren't with me. If I move around and the dog doesn't notice that I'm not there anymore, and I can create space and the dog just continues to hunt, I'm completely irrelevant. So what I need to do is continue to do these motions where I'm moving around and keeping his brain fixated on me and not the stimulus so that I can get him out of this hunting guardian mode and into a handler. Good boy. Into a handler. Come. Back into a handler-oriented mode. If we don't get him into a handler-oriented mode all the time, you're gonna have a hard dog. So this is what you have to do when he comes home if you expect any of this to stick. I don't work magic. I don't have a magic wand, so it's not gonna come home and he's gonna do everything he ever learned here for you. It's gonna require that you do everything I've done in order to convince this guy he needs to listen to you just as much as the trainer. So I'm gonna go through those motions again. You can see how much closer he's staying to me on his own, and there's a very loose leash. He's calming down tremendously. And it's just because of these motions I keep doing over and over and over again. Come, buddy. Sit. So as I'm walking, I'm going to be looking for a few cues. One is he with me or in front of me? See how he's in front of me right now? I'm going to stop walking. If he starts to fixate over somewhere else that's not me, I'm going to stop walking. So my very first thing is, what is Aspen doing? And if it's not with me, paying attention to me, the first thing I do is I stop. The second thing I do is back up, create some space. Come, hey, over here. And put him back where I want him. So it's basically, hey, you have a choice. You can be with me, and we can keep moving forward. Or you can make your own choice, but I'm not going to walk with you because your choice gets you in trouble and makes you hard to manage. Go. Good job. Let's do that. Those erect ears. So I need to move a little bit quicker, but I did move backwards immediately and create space because he was looking at that car like he wanted to stalk it. These breeds usually chase wheels, so I don't want to continue to move towards a wheel when he's in a state of mind that produces chase the wheel. Prey drive creates run at it. Pack drive does not. They will not run at something if they're in pack drive. So I'm basically saying, hey, you're in prey drive, he's in it right now. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm not asking you to be my guard dog or hunt for me. Good. And you're so smart. And so he goes, oh, I better come back with you, which switches his drive into pack drive. And then he comes back and he hangs out with me, and now we're a team. Let's go. Then I start moving again. Let's go. Good. And then I start to assess, is he in front of me? What drive is he in? This is great. Look at these soft ears, soft forehead. Look at that eye contact. What a good boy. The leash is loose too. There's no force. I'm not forcing him into position. Good. Basically, I'm just saying over and over and over again, I'm not going to move forward with you when you act like this. I will not walk with you. And then I tell him what I need him to do. What I need you to do is come right here, and I need you to be in pack drive. And I just repeat it over and over and over and over again. And so what he's really quickly learned is where he needs to be. Right, that's as simple as that. I need to show him where he needs to be and not correct him for not being there. And he needs to be here force-free. I'm not going to sit here and restrain it. If your leash is taught like this, that's not training. That's just forcing a dog into a position. Let's go. So I make sure it's real loose so I can see what kind of choice he's going to make. He shoots out in front of me. I stop. I back up. Come. Put him back into pack drive. Good boy. And then start walking again. Good job, buddy. Let's go. And every time you see me change direction, most of the time, gotten off course. He's either in front of me or wandering off in prey drive. Sometimes I turn just to turn because it keeps them engaged. I don't have to always turn because he's made a mistake, or walk backwards in the case that I'm doing right now. Come. Come. Let's go. Come. So he's looking into my yard again. Come. Good. So whenever he does that, I stop, I back up. Good. One of the reasons why I like to use this big long line is because it gives me an option to see what kind of choice he's gonna make. And as I create space from him, I get to see whether or not the brain can come up with the conclusion itself, or do I need to give him information because he's still too worked up to pay attention to me. So there's been a couple times in this video where I start to walk backwards and he kind of automatically just comes back to me. And that's what I want. I want a dog who I don't need to command into being attentive towards me. They want to. And they realize it's in their best interest. This is how you bond with a dog. I don't bond with dogs by taking them hiking and let them do whatever the hell they want. I bond with them because I make a connection with them with every activity I share. Every activity, there's going to be a connection. There's going to be pack drive. There's going to be attentiveness. You're handsome. Because the more I get this, you can't see, I don't think, but he's just looking right into my eyes. Then the more I'm connected with this dog and bonded with him. It doesn't come through affection or spoiling them or allowing them to do whatever the hell they want. It actually comes from communicating, connecting, and being a team everywhere you go. You're a team everywhere you go. It's not Aspen does his thing and I do mine and it's really cute and I'm just gonna not pay attention to him because I don't want to. That's not, in my opinion, a true bond. I'm not saying that the dog won't be bonded to some degree, but not like this. You know, where a dog actually starts to look to you for information and go, what are we gonna do next? I like being with you. Versus, hey, you're there, but I'm here, and here, and here, and here, and here. That's a conversation. And it's very clear to me, the dog's not with me. So, yeah, I might be associated with the activity, but that doesn't mean the dog is bonded to me over it. What you got? You have to go poop again? Okay, we'll do it soon, okay? The last thing I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna wrap this video up, is my commands. Let's go. So let's go is a movement command. Let's go. Whenever I turn, I say let's go. Good boy. Let's go. Sit. Obviously, you know, sit. When I release a dog from a sit, let's go. Or if I release a dog from a place board or a doorway. So my release word is let's go. When I turn, I say let's go. And really, the meaning to the dog means let's head in my direction. Let's go this way with me. That's what let's go means. It's fairly casual in that it's not a formal heel. So if I say let's go, he's coming in this direction with me. And I want him to be with me and looking at me and coming in my direction, but I don't need him to be out. Thank you. Out. Leave it. Sit. I don't need him to be in a formal heel when I say let's go. So that's my let's go command. You just heard the other two commands I'm teaching him right now, which is out, drop it from your mouth, and leave it alone. Those are real simple, but that's advanced stuff, so I'm not going to go over that in this video. Come. Good. So we've got the let's go, which is casual. Now we're going to do the recall. Let's go. Which is a little bit more formal. So I'm going to say, come. Good boy, Aspen. Here. Sit. So anytime I want to get a really good commitment from him, or he really commits to it, leave it. Good. Sit. this is a commitment, 100% Let's go is more casual. So when I say Aspen come, or when you say Aspen come, your expectation should be what I just showed you. We're gonna make that very formal. It's gonna be very committed. When I say here, that is my heel position. Come, here. So that means you stay here and to my left. So I've got, let's go, Aspen come, here, and sit. Those are the 4 I'm gonna focus on in this video. Let's go. And I want you to understand the difference, because a lot of people will, when they turn, they'll say come, and that's not what I'm teaching him right now. What I'm teaching him is that when I say come, he actually needs to reset by coming and sitting and calming down. And when I first got him, the majority of what I did was Aspen come, because the let's goes made him hyper. So I'd turn him a lot and he would just get more excited and go ping, 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 ping. There was no commitment and there was no eye contact. So I started just going Aspen come, sit, 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 good boy, sit. Come. Here. And what that did is it really got the commitment level up and the pack drive up. So that's how I was able to achieve this much connection with him already, was actually just through a lot of recall. So my guess is, considering that's what I had to do to get a connection with him, that's probably what you're going to have to do too. A lot more recalls than let's goes. In fact, let's go seems to make him explosive, which is not what I'm looking for. I don't want a dog to be explosive over things. So I kind of have to almost retune that word, that phrase, because it's become something toxic. Come, hey, here. What you're noticing is that I'm using my affection to amplify everything. So everything I'm getting from him that's getting as much eye contact and attentiveness as I've created, I'm using my touch to influence that. And that brings out more pack drive and more of a connected bond between me and the dog. No. Sit. Yes. Yes. But what I don't want to do is use my affection and send him over the edge. Let's go. So when I pet him, sit. He remains calm, he melts into my hand, and he doesn't break his command. And that's what I'm going to ask of you guys. Let's go. Because if my affection creates excitement and it breaks his command, how am I supposed to influence him to stay in a command when I'm associated with getting him so excited he breaks all the commands, right? Dogs brains are pretty simple. They're black and white. So if your affection makes him squirrely and break commands and tune out, then that's what you represent to the dog. So if my affection makes him calm down, relax, and look at me, then I am building his pack drive, I'm soothing him, and I'm creating a connection with him that makes him want to comply to my commands in a way that's manageable and healthier. So that's another thing I'm going to ask you guys to do, is use your affection in a way that amplifies the training versus getting him so strung up he can't focus on anything anymore. When he starts chewing on rocks and sticks and flailing around, I bet I can see him get the zoomies, all that kind of stuff. You're a good boy. So we went over a couple different things. When to stop walking, what to do after you've stopped walking, the different command choices you have in that particular scenario, making sure he understands you're not going to be a part of his prey drive mentality and you're just going to keep bringing out the pack drive in him so that he can become a teammate and not an independent little hunter. And then how to use your affection to reinforce that so that you actually continue to create this soft teammate state of mind versus this independent little ornery guard dog that he came in as. So hopefully this was helpful and a nice little Thanksgiving video for you today. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. He's doing really, really well. As you can see, he's making lots of improvements. So just wanted to make sure to let you see him today on this holiday. So thank you very much.